I find, oneself, it's, you're good with your hands. Things need to be done, and, you fix them. You apply what needs to be done. Physical energy. And, you do what you do with that. But just that I'm finding that when I'm turning that into more mental instead of my physical, that the thoughts that I bring, that I think, that people aren't even understanding. That's a shame, because when I do, it's only what would be imagined in all the context and contents of what it means. And we're all created. We're created. There's a sex thing where it goes through the creation, but it's the beginnings, the very beginnings of that, even that creation, is what caused us to be. That has to be God. That has to be our Creator. And we can't know any more than that, because it's just the way it is. Like they say in reference, like, I just I made this thing out of clay, and it's looking at me right now. I'm going, is that eye? Does that thing got some eyes on it? Come here. Holy fuck, man. What? Oh, wait. No, it's just the new remote. God damn, the way it was turned there, it looked just like that thing was, checking me out. Well, it can't be like that. And the will, that when you will something, you want it done. There's something outside, I need to be done. I'll just will myself to go out there and to go do it, tend to it, bang, boo, bop, get it done. But it's nice to have some help around to help, direct, to get down to those lines where you can do that part, Because all this other stuff is just pretty, you learn. And boy, you've learned that shit, boy. That's what it gets kind of, something else. So I've decided to, we're going to take over the world with this will. That can be the only will that's in heaven to come down and be created and enfolded. That will, like a 360 degree, is one line, one circle, times 360 degrees around, lateral, and now 360 degrees around. We have to have latitude and longitude to make it complete and whole. 360 degrees ain't enough to know what is to be known of creation, except for good and kindness and holiness and goodwill toward each other. And no man shall lift to do harm, to take from, to murder, to maim anyone. I know the Shihiro law covers that to where it'll be okay. Your old lady gives some stuff, boy, just slap the shit out of her. You can really kick her ass. They have their noses, tips of their noses cut. Probably their faces are starred and cut. They are, not probably. And some have battery, like acid, thrown in her face of the woman and her child. And their faces are like, oh. This is why they have to wear those full, complete things, because they're hiding their scars of what I guess it was that they were. That's what caused them to get to that kind of punishment, according to their laws. Now, that means, hustlers and hookers, it's whores and such. That's probably what and why they're doing it. Because, it's not way and what the women need to be. It's wrong. It's like they drug the men up through the movies and the pictures and all that such, to be just kind of a hero, this kind of a wado, blah, blah, blah. And then, it's the women thing, but the women start coming out being heroistic and they're doing things, and the guys are more feminine. It's what it's come from. That's not coming from something that's the best for us. And the will, they don't have it all. They have 360 degrees, a tiny 360-degree piece that they can't obtain at all. And if everybody is doing goodness and kindness, and none of us will kill, if nobody kills, it's only them that want the killing done so they can have their way, but they don't want to actually do the killing, so they're not as guilty. Well, see, that's going to stop and change today. This is what? 17th or something? I don't really watch the days that much. This day, it's going to be like 11 o'clock. And like if you've listened to anything before, I go out at 12. When I remember, I don't always myself. And when I can, I get in that sun. And I think of the Father and creation and this energy and this breath of life that's all around me coming in. And I just swoop it up and I heat it up and I form it up in the energy, and I just reunite it, ignite it all through my body. The old community, like, all through my body. And if all you people could do that, and we do this all at once, it would make the earth tremble as we shiver the timbers of the not so united, and all the people will shiver. Now, just saying, but bring that about to be and tell me something wouldn't happen, and it'd be good for the human beings and peace and love in the world and no killing. There won't be any more. And that's what makes the big difference. That's what makes the big change, to rise above the level zero human beings. Ellen, can you understand what I'm saying? Play this back, and maybe I should, I don't know, maybe like you reference or something like that, but it's not like that. It's just coming out. There's no reference to it than, the Holy Bible and the good, not only stories that we read, but Christ, he gave his life so that instead of being hovered over, down and oppressed under Islamic 7th century old means, his death, if you think of it, Christ's will to heaven and grace be bestowed on the people of earth, this grace, this light of understanding, so that no, I'm not going to do your killing. And the ones you want to do the killing, to do me to do the killing, and then them to do the killing, they're to do the killing, we're not going to do any killing. It doesn't matter how much you offer and give us, and make us whatever. That is no importance. That's selfish. That's the worst unholy, selfish thing there could be in this world. That's what's got to stop. Just nobody do any killing. And you know what that would be? That would be like the will of the Father, because of Christ opened that door of enlightenment so we can see through that. And then there's no killing, no harm, there's no lying. All these things to stop. And we got to get real with each other. It's funny when I'm out and I go to a store and people just walking around, and I do get a chance, say something to someone, And I need to talk a little bit more about, well, it's just the good things, Not trying to be so directful as to what things. To leave in a word of all these, it's this conversation we've been having, been talking, and, it's pretty nice, but I have to go. I can remember several hometowns where I've had friends so close that, we knew each other, and you just go wherever, you know, because it's just the world we owned, and we just go and do anything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think it's now because it's like and because of things that's happened in our past that bring us these moments where we can discuss things and be free and honest with each other. No stealing, no mockery, no anything that's just negative. Just no negative. And the big hero kill is no kill. And that's because of Christ. Open that door to the grace of the Father to be on earth, a covering dome, ensuing all human beings right in the will, in the temple of their will. Now that's pretty good stuff, I think, That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Give me a comment. But, there's just these restrictions, And that's just what it is. It's like this thing here, I've got some of these in my heart. Boy, I don't expect them to last forever. I've had one that was 95% plugged up one time, and I haven't seen my doctor in over a year now. About to run out of pills, and what's the point? Nobody understands what I'm talking about. Kids are growing. I guess I've grown to be such an asshole that I don't know what's considered an asshole. Even my wife, she don't even want to be around me. Yeah. You get over it, but damn, he just didn't mean for it to be like that. But then you think of all the things, and that's Mai Tyler, her song, Nothing But a Heartache. And I wasn't listening. I like the music, the move, and the dancing, I wasn't listening to the words. And I should have been listening to the words of the rock songs and dancing to jazz, That's a lot smarter. Because these people were saying things, and even there was a message of just a fool's case, falling in love. To where you love somebody, they become part of you. And they're not acting like part of you. And if you're part of me, you really feel like I feel towards me, like I feel towards you. And there's no reason for you not to know. Unless you're just not really there. That makes it a tragedy. Oh well. But this will be over. And it's just sad that no one knows or understands what I say. Because I'm understanding it, and the words they come out with understanding and meaning. They just want to touch you inside. So you just play it back, open up, and listen. I haven't said anything bad. It just depends on what you do. And then because of your inclination, that could make it bad. Because it'd be against what you do. And, that's why things need to change. These Islamists are coming around and they are killing people. They're murdering people. They're maiming people. They're not taking any shit. And it's just a time of calling the herd. Like, the wolves, when they come in and they follow the herds, and they take from the weak, the injured and old. But they're taken from the sins. So just stop sinning. Don't give them a reason, you know. But, I believe in Christ and Christianity and goodwill to all our men. No killing and no raping, no maiming, no murdering, no stealing. We can agonize a little bit, but we don't really want that to burst in anything, but just a lot lopside of a humor, just some fun, everything. Nothing to take like, well, hey, we just fucking with you, man. Well, that's taking it a little too far. Don't take it that far, because that riles up. And we don't want that to rile up, because that's what's running the world right now, is that riled up. In fact, the sun is riled up, and things are coming around in our hemisphere of the sun and getting riled up. Sun diving comments. I'm just trying to think of that name right now, and there's another offshot of the name and the pronunciation, and I was thinking an offshot of that. But I'm not gonna say it, because I don't want to make it a tragedy. Right off and thought of the comets being like sperm trying to get to an egg. I mean, they just get shattered, splattered, because that's life bursting, in. And that's what makes women so special. And you want to have several women because they're that special. But out on their own, it's just, they turn into things that are just, they can't be men, because you're a woman. That's the way we were born. And that's how we change. And if you can't live by that, then you can't be a real created human being in our God's image. So I'll just latch around that. Now I'm going to get to spring here, and I've got to do a little customization here if possible. So I could sit here all day, do nothing. I've got my weights out. I'm going to work out my weights a little bit. Boy, I'm sore. I haven't felt sore there in a long time. My God, no wonder it's, freaking flat. I'm going to say nothing about, somebody attacked me with a stiff arm one time and made my tits grow because of it. Or I should say grow, I say swell. Anyway, you know who you are. But, that's part of the thing, too, if you're trying to help. But I don't know if you were helping who. As a result, I guess it wasn't me. It's the way you had to look at it. Jeez. So, like, how could you be helping me now? Because, boy, babysitters cost a lot of money. Yeah. So it makes her worth a lot to you guys. So I'm going to get my boys. And I'm going to take your kids out. And I'm going to hide them. They'll be safe for a while. Until I see some changes in yourself. They will not come out of hiding. And there's a time limit on this, to where there'll be an end coming true. I mean, that's some scary shit. I gotta do this spring. Yeah, darn. Be nice to have somebody to talk to, but See, I get them, my abilities in my mind and my thinking. And now I'll take them back to my body. And kind of sucks to be me right now. Oh well.